When Tupac joined Death Row shortly thereafter, you guys did a concert series that was an Eazy E Tribute. I think you only did shows in Cleveland and New Orleans. I've always wondered this, if it was an Eazy E tribute, number one, why wasn't Dr. Dre there, and why wasn't Snoop there as well?
Great question. Whew. Originally, it was supposed to have been about a 10 or 11 album tour. I mean, not album, a tour. Dre and Snoop and Pac and Quick, I believe, were the headliners. It eventually just being uh, Pac, Outlaws, Quick, Caution. That's all I can really remember right now. And I'm sure Danny Boy was there, or maybe Lashelle. But, well, I know they were on a trip. Don't remember seeing them perform, though. But what happened was Dr. Dre, probation officer, wouldn't allow him to become because of what? He was on house arrest at the time for the incident, either the DUI or the D. Barnes incident. I forget why he was on probation at the time, but he was wearing an ankle monitor, and he wasn't allowed to come. Snoop, yeah, and this is a story I got to get when we have Big C Style. Big C Style coming on sometime next month, and Snoop and Big C Style were riding down the freeway, and they got into a altercation, a verbal altercation, allegedly, with an off-duty police officer, female white. And y'all know black guys generally don't be messing with no white woman, older woman riding down the street. So I think it's some bullshit behind it. But she alleged that Snoop Dogg pointed a gun at her on the freeway. And they were trying to get his bail revoked. And that's what eventually happened. It didn't get revoked, but he eventually got placed on house arrest where he wasn't able to travel and he had to be in by a certain time. I don't think he was even allowed to come to the recording studio for a while. And that's what, and he definitely wasn't allowed to be able to around other gang members and people from his neighborhoods and stuff. And so he kind of got shut down, where he didn't have that freedom being out on bail for the murder case. And so he wasn't allowed to go on the trip as well. The judge wouldn't approve it. And I'll say the story with the incident with the female police officer, which we all know he didn't. That's when my big boy, Big C Style, fell on the sword. And he fell on the sword for Snoop. But it's his story, and we'll get him to tell that story, the rest. Yeah. But to make a long story short, Snoop got his conditions was not revoked, but was strengthened or made harder for him to do things.
Can you talk a little bit about Suge's cousin, Michelle? I know her and Jewell are doing an interview right now with Art of Dialogue. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it. I assume you heard some of it, maybe. But can you give me your thoughts on her and your interactions with her?
Yeah, relative of who she says she is, y'all. A comedian, funny. I told y'all before, y'all acting like all this stuff y'all never heard before. What did I call her? I always called her Suge Lightweight Pimp. Don't y'all remember me saying that? That was Suge Lightweight Pimp. But she got a lot of females for sure. Introduced them to a lot. She's who she says she is. Very respected with guys in the community, in Compton and LA, and the way she's telling it all over. I remember, I knew Michelle. I saw her performing prior to going to work for Death Row. Because I told y'all before, I used to work and lightweight run this little comedy club inside the Ramada Hotel in Compton, where AJ, TK Kirkland, Jamie Foxx, Lashelle, this girl named Wanda White that's out there, all of them came through. This dude named Craig, I think his name was Craig, that used to run it, the club, and he used to get great acts in. I mean, on Monday nights at the Indio Club in Compton, all the LA and Compton was there. well, not L.A. so much, Watts, the L.A. area, was at the Compton Ramada Hotel, and yeah, that was the spot to be in on a Monday night. And she was there, and she was one of the comedians used to roll in with an entourage. Always had about 10 females with her wherever she went. And Lashelle was cool, cool. Um, yeah, I can't think of nothing bad to say about Lashelle. I call her relative. And then Jewell, y'all know, Jewell's a talent. I've been looking at a lot of pictures. I give her a bad rap on her weight. Everything I've been seeing on Jewell, her body wasn't that bad. I don't know why. She used to get the fat jokes from us back in the day. Um, I mean, Jewell is who she is. I mean, she would, you know, she was what she says she is, what she admits to. That was Jewell. But a talent, a talent. Just couldn't control that temper. If she would have somebody that she respected to calm her down, and probably wasn't as tight with the homegirls as she was and stayed to herself, I really believe she would have been that star that she should have been.